Kia ora, it's Bestie Boos.
Hello, we are back.
We are. Where else would we be? Actually, I was worried it wasn't going to happen this week because, and this is not even, we've got to do our highlights and lowlights, and this is not even one of them, but it should be.
Why? What's it?
Remember I broke my laptop?
Yeah.
I got myself a laptop towards the end of last year. Mm-hmm. And yeah.
In anticipation of Bestie Boos.
In anticipation of a podcast, yeah. I was like, well, I had to give the work one back.
Yeah, and spoiler alert, Sam does all the heavy lifting on this.
Yeah. All the technicalities. But yeah, no, I took a screw off Luna. She found a screw on the ground and I put it on my laptop and then I went to shut it later. And when I shut it, I felt the resistance of the screw and I opened it up. I'd buggered the screen.
That would have been like such an absolute fuck.
Yeah.
Like an absolute.
Yeah. I had a wobbly about it because it happened just as I was about to take Luna into her room to go to bed. You know, it was just that time where I was like, I'm almost at the finish line.
Yeah.
And I just did something really stupid in a rush. And I just felt so annoyed at myself. And I got frustrated. And then Luna, poor wee sausage, 2.5-year-old, she's trying to counsel me. It's okay, Mummy. It's okay. I'm here.
Hey, it's great to know she's got empathy.
Yeah. It was great to know the stuff that I've been doing has paid off because sometimes if I'm upset about Sam, for instance, and she'll go, no, you're not crying anymore. And it's kind of like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, toughen up,
You
sunshine.
try and like suck all those tears back in your eyeballs.
Yeah. Actually, you've had a few insurance claims this past year.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, all right, here we are.
Okay. One day I decided that I was going to paint the fences around the house because they're black, but they're all really faded. And as I get more into my 30s, those things matter more and more to me. I think I can't control lots of things in life, but I can control my home. So I've really leaned into that post in this grief. So went nuts spraying the fences and
Then one day you get a wee ding.
yeah. Then I got a phone call.
Oh, did she ring?
Yeah.
The neighbour bloody rang.
And she's like, hey, Sam, you been painting your fences? And I was like, yeah. She's like, oh, you've actually got a bit on my brick and my weatherboard out here. And basically, long story short, I oversprayed all these black onto her house. I painted her house.
Just looked like a whole bunch of flies came and shat on her house, didn't it?
And she'd had it done like a year or two before.
I know. You were so proud of it too. Like you're like, yes, I've really nailed this fence. It looks so good. Like, and also good on you for ticking off that task.
Yeah, because I'm stepping into this world of like doing all the things solo. Look at me with my fence sprayer. Like, how many of my girl mates are out here painting their fences? I don't know, but I'm one of them.
Yeah.
And then next minute, I painted her house. So should we do the whole highlights, lowlights?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, well, you start because I've just talked lots.
All right. Well, maybe if we start with the good, we're officially in Aries season. Hello. I am excited about that.
What does that mean, that we're in the Aries season?
It is just our season of life to thrive as Aries babies.
So do you mean that it's the date that if you're born between these dates, you're in Aries, so it's the start of that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so that's
and-
your season.
Yes, it is our
Do
season.
we have a party for you other than your
hope so.
birthday?
Like, I don't know what you're
I'm
planning.
not-
That's on you.
I'm not planning anything. I didn't realize it was a whole
last
season.
year, I just let you slide through, didn't really come in hot with the Aries season. I was like, you know what?
Last year I let you slide through. I think, honestly, Sarah, that's really big of you.
I know.
Because whilst I may have had a tough year, it was Aries season.
I know, but that was my gift to you.
Yes. Gosh, what a humble friend I've got here.
I know, but here we are, a year on. Buckle up.
Oh my gosh.
Aries season has arrived.
Okay.
I don't know too much about, what are these called? Astrology sort of situations, but Aries is like the January. It's the beginning. It's everybody's new astrological year. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't actually know that much about it. I just know that I bring big Aries energy and I am here for it. And all the memes on TikTok I relate to. So
But I haven't
that's
been
me.
seeing any because I'm not Aries.
Oh, well.
So I feel like,
I shared 2 on the first day of Aries season. Do you follow me? Do you even follow me?
yeah, I do. And I kind of saw it and I was like, okay. Well, wait for Virgo season, hun. You're going to get a hell of a shock. It's going to be very organised. All right, what's your low light?
My low light is actually a bit of a bummer. Oh, it is.
Lord, hold me back. I think that's the point of a low light.
I know. No, I actually feel like I felt a tiny little piece of my heart break off this week.
Why?
I found out that something I worked really hard on at my old job, it was a decent year to year and a half in the making, a partnership, it's actually crumbled apart and fallen away. So I was really sad to see the demise of a project I worked on.
Oh, that sucks, mate. That really does suck.
Yeah.
Highlight, low light, me. My highlights might sound silly to some.
All right, here we go.
I cooked a roast this week.
Yum. Get it, girl.
Snaps for me.
Yeah.
I invited my mum, my sister, and all the kids around.
Noted.
And and I fed them all. And I don't know, me and cooking haven't been great friends this past year or so. It's just not the same. All of that sad stuff.
Yeah.
And so I felt like that was a real win for me. And I've done lots of other baking and
What
cooking.
did you cook? What?
It was a chicken roast
Oh, yummy.
with carrots, potatoes, green
Gravy?
beans, gravy. Of course I had gravy. My mother said, oh, can't have a roast without gravy. And I thought, oh, I know.
Quite right, Lindley.
Right. My low light would have had to, I mentioned it last week that my friend's dad passed away suddenly. So I had another funeral to go to. And that was, I say low light, but also it was really nice in terms of, like, if you went to that funeral and you didn't know him, you would have walked away going, what a guy.
Yeah.
What a champ. So I think that's really lovely for a send off for someone to be so loved.
Yeah.
But something I thought about from that, I just really think we need to bring in clapping at funerals.
Amen.
Because some speeches that happened at that funeral, like his wife, his son-in-law, some friends, just really powerful, emotive, funny, engaging stories.
That could be wrong, but I feel like people clapped at Samuel's funeral.
I was thinking that, but it's actually a bit of a blur for me that I'm not sure. I know that when I did my speech, and at one part when I said that I am fucked off, I remember people cheering and yelling. I vaguely remember hearing Lana's voice like, yeah! And I remember internally being like, yes, Lana. But I just think we should bring it in, okay?
Yeah. Anywho.
I just need to come clean about something.
What? Oh my God, I feel so scared.
Well, what's the worst thing you did this week as a parent? Did you do anything bad this week? Like, did you forget to pick him up from a school visit again or anything?
No.
So you were quite good. I had a massive fail.
What happened?
This is so bad. I picked up Luna from preschool, put her in the car seat, and then she had been in the sandpit. Oh, she loves it. So I was pulling off her shoes and her socks, and they're wet and full of sand, and it was a whole kerfuffle, and she's whinging, and I'm getting hot and flustered. So we sort it all out, get her in the car, get home. I get home, park in the garage, go to her door, open her door. She goes, you didn't buckle me.
She knocked too.
And I looked at her, and I was like, what? She wasn't buckled.
What the heck? You're lucky that it is 30 seconds drive. Sheesh.
Right. First of all, my heart sunk. And then I just felt quite bewildered. And then I started to look around, being like, has anyone seen me? I felt quite paranoid.
Yeah. That's like, because Miller, he's old enough to buckle himself in now. But I always feel like when I put him in the car that people might think, oh, she didn't buckle in her kid. So I always make sure to say, all right, mate, buckle yourself in before I slam the door. Just so like everyone knows, not a bad mum.
Oh, man. Well, I was. I didn't I just never done that. I just couldn't believe it.
I love that she knew too, but felt the need to wait to tell you.
Yeah, didn't tell me until she saw me again. She's like, I won't mention it this whole drive.
Yeah, Mum's busy. She's got to concentrate.
Imagine if she'd just gotten out of the seat and like tapped me on the shoulder.
Bless her.
So have you heard in the news recently how in the US there was a journalist that was added to the group chat of the Vice President of the United States and like a whole team of people discussing war plans?
Yeah, I have seen something like that, but I don't know much about it.
But basically it was that. A journalist or an editor, I think, was added into a group chat, like a really high level stuff you should not be, last person you want to be seeing it as a journalist.
Did they just do that on Facebook Messenger?
I think it's like an iMessage group chat.
Do you think that there would be some...
It's wild, eh? Anyway, the reason I bring that up is because this week I took Luna to the library in the central city.
Yeah.
Great time, cool, whatever. Come back to the car and there's this piece of paper under my tyre. And I was like, what's that?
What is it?
Don't read it out, like the personal details, but just tell people what it is that you're looking at.
Okay, I am looking at the Department of Corrections criminal and traffic conviction history for somebody that is not you. And I am learning all about what he has done.
And they are some serious things. I found someone's criminal history tucked under my car tyre outside the library.
Shit.
And this is stuff he went to jail for.
Oh my god.
It says page 1 of 13.
Oh man.
He a bad boy.
He been busy. The good news is, I think he's currently in prison. Oh wow. I can even see when he got his first warning, his final warning.
Threatening behaviour, weapons.
Now this name rings a bell. I think we might know him. I actually,
Is this a past lover?
no, it doesn't ring a bell. I don't know him at all. I don't associate with inmates knowingly. I prefer to keep it to people on, I don't know, bail.
I only date guys on home D.
Actual. Nut.
I did actually
Did you?
once have a crush on a guy. Well, I wasn't dating him. That's a loose term.
You had a crush on someone on home
So
day.
I would say crush because I liked him.
Probably had no other options if you were visiting his house.
Oh, no, he wasn't on home D then.
Oh, right.
He did eventually. I don't know.
My first time I went flatting, actually, I had the room right next to the driveway, and quite often at like 2 a.m, the police would just come, lights, no sirens, knock on the door, the lights were flashing, and they'd be like, is so-and-so home? And I'd be like, yep, traipse upstairs. They're just checking your bail conditions. You better calm down. This is a different flat to last week's flat, by the way. I know, I moved out of there pretty quick.
We had very different flatting situations. Did you often flat with randoms?
No. I knew the main couple that had rented the house, and that was his friend, and I was her friend.
So it was a mutual.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not liking your past with your living situations.
Yeah, well, c'est la vie.
C'est la vie, that's all right. So I've been wanting to talk to you about this all week, something that happened to my sister. She's selling stuff on TradeMe because for a while there, she got into an auctions website trying to buy like bathroom reno stuff. So she bought all these different things. And then now she's sort of figured out what she needs and what she doesn't need because it was just so cheap.
Yeah.
So she was selling bits and pieces on TradeMe, and a couple bought a shower door off her. It's all boxed up. And she said in the ad, like, all this stuff's boxed up. I haven't opened any of these boxes. This is at your own risk. This is what the box says. It's all packaged up. It hasn't been opened. As is where is. Correct, Sarah. Much shorter way of saying it, hon. Anyway, this couple drive 2 hours for a $60 shower door box thing that they've bought.
That is unrelatable for
Oh
me.
my gosh, I know. I couldn't think of anything. Anyway.
I would not drive 2 hours. Time you've wasted your time and your petrol. You could have literally gone to Bunnings and paid the same that you would have paid, and it only takes half an hour.
Yeah, they've seen the box. Yep, cool. They're opening it up. And unfortunately, a glass panel is missing. So it's like 2 pieces of a shower door. One's the roller part, one's the stationary part. The stationary part is missing the glass panel. But it has all the framework and everything else you need. So you'd probably, I don't know, go find some glass from a glazier or something.
I'm glad your sister didn't need it for her renos. That just would have been annoying, though.
It would be very annoying. And obviously very annoying for the couple that's driven 2 hours, apparently. But they were warned. Yeah. They were very much warned. So what then happens is my sister realizes that she's dealing with the world's nicest man who is married to the world's biggest bitch.
Opposites attract.
Yep. So what happens? He's immediately like, oh, don't worry. He can tell my sister's just trying to, like, she's not some backyard dealer trying to rip people off.
No.
He's like, oh, we can sort this out. No worries. Yep. Absolutely not a problem. She then goes a bit septic and starts having a fight with her husband in front of my sister in her garage.
Oh, uncomfortable.
For a $60 shower tour. So she's going, we're not paying that. I'm not paying $60 for that, and it's not even all there. My sister's just standing there like,
Yeah, and you did, hun.
yeah.
You've just come all this way for an as-is, whereas $60 shower. You've done it.
So he's just being positive Polly. He's loading it up into the car. He leaves the wife to sort out the money.
Yeah.
She goes and finds my sister. The husband's elsewhere. You know we're only giving you $40, right?
Oh my God. Okay.
I just love
Whoa.
that. Like, the husband's been like, let's just leave it. And she's like, no.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to do it and I'm going to sort this. So she gives my sister the $40. My sister's like, whatever helps you sleep at night.
Yeah.
And then they go back out there and the guy is none the wiser. She doesn't say anything to him. He's like, oh, I'm so glad we sorted this out. I still think $60 is very reasonable for what we've got here. You know, so we're all happy now. You're happy. I'm happy. Happy days.
So this woman has driven 2 hours away with a spare 20 in her pocket.
Yeah.
And her husband thinks he's given your sister the full 60.
Yeah, that's what gets me.
That's weird.
Because I imagine haggling, normal, not really worth talking about. But the fact that you haggled behind your husband's back when he sort of said, like, come on. Like, he's obviously embarrassed by the way she does. She's obviously a bolshy gal, and he doesn't like that. How interesting, eh? Well,
Yeah.
God, you could imagine all the other choices at home. What are we having for tea tonight? He's like, oh, I quite like Thai. No, it's pizza.
Yeah, we can have a curry, but it's not a Thai one. Tell you that for free. I can't wait to hear those TradeMe reviews. Jeez. God, you Baxter gals, though, you sure find these interesting people. Last week you had the bloody woman giving you the what's up down the way.
What's up down the way? Mate, that sounds really wrong.
I didn't want to get too
Giving you
much.
the what's up down the way. Just think about that. No ladies have been doing that to me.
Unlucky. Did you know I have seen everywhere this week that it has been 5 years since we went into lockdown? I could not believe it.
That makes sense because yesterday I sent Lana a Snapchat memory from 5 years ago. And it's us at work and we are out on like the fire escape, which is like these huckery metal stairs, and we have a bottle of beer each and there's a pack of cigarettes on the ground. And I know for a fact me and Lana did not smoke 5 years ago. We may have like dabbled in it socially, but we didn't then. And I do remember us when COVID hit because we became our own bubble at work just on the show.
Yeah.
And yeah, after work, sometimes we'd have a beer and we start smoking ciggies because we're just stressed.
And then you've got to go home and you're alone.
Yeah, exactly.
I couldn't believe it. 5 years. Sheesh.
Sheesh.
Yeah. I actually am probably one of the few people that quite enjoyed lockdown because I was on maternity leave and
Oh, that would have been
I was getting a
nice.
bit bored at home by myself, and then my husband's a tradie, so he can't work from home, so all of a sudden he was just home all the time. And I was even doing all that beer bread. Do you remember everyone was making
I
bread?
thought we did banana bread
No, there was this whole recipe and it used one bottle of beer.
for bread.
Yeah.
Why don't you just buy bread?
Because it was lockdown.
Oh, you couldn't go to the supermarket, could you?
You couldn't.
Yes, you fucking could. You just had to line up one at a time.
Do you remember when we would line up at the supermarket? You'd line up outside, like 2 meters apart from like the people, and that was weird.
What
eh?
a whole weird time it was.
I know, it's weird to think we did those things. Crazy. But anyway, I just couldn't believe it. 5 years, but here we are. No, don't say that.
So my mother, okay, bless her soul. Okay, she's a good mum.
Yeah.
But she is not great when it comes to birthdays. She's just not organised. She does that whole, oh, well, you didn't tell me what you wanted. And, oh, well, gosh, I don't know. And she doesn't, get you a big cake and make a big song and dance. She's a Southlander and she's just a bit, whatever,
Yeah.
about it all. So it's me and my sister.
Just another day.
Yeah. Not, or maybe not that harsh, but just, she's not going to be the one to do it.
Right.
If
fair.
you want it, make it happen.
Right.
But anyway, so she has come through for me and she's given me my birthday present the other day.
And your birthday is in what month, gal?
September. But it wasn't for the one just been. It was from the one before.
Sorry. Did you mean September 2023?
Yes.
Anyway, so it's recently turned up.
Yeah, well, no, half of it, because I got one half of it maybe
it's
about a year ago, and that was a Warriors flag. Do you remember that, when my mum gave me a Warriors flag? And it's like an outdoor one, really weather resistant. And now she's finally given me the second half of the present.
What you got?
A flagpole.
Was it on backward?
A 16-foot.
16
16 foot. Feet. Foot.
Well, it's only-
Flagpole. I have to Google right now what is 16 feet.
Well, think about a subway. That's one. So 16 subs.
4.8 metres. I could have a flag on my property 4.8 metres high. My mum might be able to see it from her house.
Should get you an industrial one.
But what am I going to...
I guess some of it has to go into the ground. So you might only have, 13 feet above ground.
Where am I putting the flagpole, Sarah?
I don't know, somewhere everybody's going to see it.
I don't know if I want that. Like, it's cool, but I don't want people to have especially now I've talked about it on a podcast, if you drive around the street and there's a new flagpole up with a Warriors flag on it, you're like, well, that's where Sam lives.
Gal, I just remembered recently this thing that happened to me. Have you ever had sore ears? Just like
an ear infection and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah, I did when I was a kid. I used to get them quite bad. Cried a lot at my nana's house. Made mum come pick me up.
Oh, bless you.
What ears? Like when you get sore ears, that really hurts.
Yeah. I had really, really sore ears once. Like I had blocked ears and I just didn't know, like they just wouldn't unblock for the life of me and they were giving me so much grief. So I went to Dr. Facebook and said, hey, does anyone know what we could do about my ears? And someone said to me, oh yeah, what did they say? Vicks. They said, put some Vicks in your ears. That'll help. And I was like rummaging around in the bloody
Vicks.
first aid kit. Yeah, you know, like Vicks that you put on your chest.
No, I
like
know what it is.
Vapor.
I'm just unsure why you'd put it in your ear.
I don't know because I
But
think
you don't really put anything in your ear.
I didn't put that in my ear anyway because I didn't have any. But I'll tell you what I did have, and I thought it was similar. Tiger balm.
That's like deep heat, isn't it?
Yeah. I learnt that afterwards. It is like deep heat. The next day, man, I go to work and I got in through the morning and then we got called into a meeting in a small room and there was quite a few people in there. And like, man, my ear was just giving me so much grief. Like it was so sore. And with all the people talking in the small room, it was just like getting worse and worse and worse. And my manager said to me, Sarah, are you okay? And I was like, no, I'm not. I'm really sorry, which is so unlike me to make a scene, believe it or not. And I was like, I've just got to go. Like my ear is giving me so much grief. I went straight to the doctors and they were like, this is not okay. You should not be putting anything in your ear. I think they said smaller than your elbow. So nothing. And then they were like, you need to go straight to like an ear health clinic. I went to the ear health clinic and they cleaned it out and they were like, you are so lucky you did not burn the inside of your eardrums.
Well, I can imagine, yeah. Actually, now that I think about it more.
What a
'Cause
dummy.
the skin in there is not tough like the skin on our face and our body because it's not used to being exposed to anything and you've just got to chuck some tiger.
I know. Actual tiger balm? What the heck? I know.
Did they refer you on after that?
No, they said I hadn't burnt it, but they were like, you're so lucky that
So
you
you didn't have any further referrals?
No,
even
they
psychology?
No.
Because honestly, you know they talked about that afterwards. Could you imagine the staff room that day?
Yeah, dick of the day, eh?
Yeah. Oh my God, some girl put tiger balm in her ear.
But the good news is they did wash my whole ear out and it did fix my sore ear. So someone say it worked.
Oh my gosh.
But word to the wise, don't do it. Do not take that advice.
Some would say that it worked. Oh my God. last week when I got my massage, because I've been quite sore, and I got my massage from my normal massage lady. She's so good. But she says to me, she's massaging me, oh, you lost weight.
Yeah.
And then she said, oh, you weren't really big, but you looked unhealthy.
Oh my goodness.
I'm like, you're telling me, hon, I was eating my feelings.
Oh my goodness.
You know when someone says something like that to you, but you just sort of go, yep, because what else do you
Yep. Thank you. I'll
You
take
look
that as a
unhealthy.
compliment.
Here comes that set. Oh, she's looking unhealthy.
It's the girl with the friggin' McChicken subscription. Little does she know, we've still got that subscription. That is going hundies.
Oh my gosh, it was just so good.
Gee whiz. Gal, I feel like we haven't had a proper hangout in ages since we've been doing the potty.
Yeah, it's been a bit all work, no play.
Watch us play tonight.
Riders, come out and play. Yeah, boy.
Okay.
Do you know what Sarah does every time we have a couple drinks and we hang out outside on my deck? And Sarah just often will go, oh, what can we do? What can we do? Like just something a bit dangerous. Oh, well, why don't we just be a bit sneaky? And we always end up doing absolutely nothing.
No.
But one night, this one time, we tried to be sneaky, okay? Turned out our guy mates had what was it, a gin night?
Yeah, they claim, we got a boys' night every year. Blah,
Yeah,
blah,
they
blah, blah,
have
blah.
some sort of rum
What'd they
night,
say?
but they changed it to gin this year. And so they were having this big night. And I had recently had the Christmas party at my house or something. And so we were just a bit miffed.
The cheek of them.
The cheek of them, you know, we're out here organising things and they hadn't invited us to their thing.
Excuse me, one of the people who went along to this male-only gin night, he had said, oh, what are you girls up to? I might pop round shortly or whatever.
So we decided that they hadn't invited us. We were gonna play a prank on them.
Yep.
So we ordered them an Uber Eats package. And let's be honest, the Uber Eats part of it was just a way to get a message to their house. So I think we got some lollies, some chips, some Powerades or whatever just from like a local service station. But it was meant to come with a message.
Yeah.
And it was meant to say, oi, boys' nights are so sick. Like,
A.
Like, it was meant to be like this dumb thing from Sarah and Sam. And then instead what happens is our Uber Eats driver is just struggling. He's struggling. He ends up ringing us. He's like, I can't get inside the house. There's a big gate. I can't get in. I've tried knocking on the gate. No one's coming. And he's having some sort of internal meltdown about it.
Yeah.
So we say to him, leave it there. It'll be absolutely fine. Just put it down, leave. So then we have to message the boys and be like, there's stuff outside your house, go and get it. They don't reply. I messaged one of them. I said, there's something at the gate. And he just goes, gate? ? I was like, oh no, this is bad. So I had to message the girlfriend of the guy who was having it. And she had to go out there and take it all into them. And then there was no note. So, long story short, they got a care package from us.
It just said Uber for Samantha Baxter.
Yeah, and it had all these nice treats in it, and they all wanked on about how lovely we were. I got 3 thank you messages from one guy, a couple of other thank you messages from some others.
People thought, oh my gosh, bless that girl at home, and then she is going out of her way to do something nice for us.
It was so embarrassing because I know they were all sitting there thinking, oh, Sam, she's had such a hard year.
Yeah.
And she still thinks of us.
I know.
What a sweetheart. But
Yeah.
really, it was me meant to be like, boys' nights are dumb.
Yeah. We invite you to our parties. Why don't you invite us to yours?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds real sad, eh?
Yeah. Something I've realised recently, it's a bit of a more serious note, is that my mental health takes dips when I don't see you.
Oh.
So if I see you, let's say on a Monday, but by the time it's gone to Thursday, if I haven't seen you again, I feel myself going like that because people have been saying to me about this podcast, a lot of, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you talk about this stuff. I don't know how you share those things. And I think it's because I'm talking to you. They're not here. All
Yeah.
of the people that watch this later, I'm not with you. I'm so sorry.
And we've been there. There were some sessions where we would just cry and cry.
Mainly me, and then Sarah just joined in. She can't help it.
I mean, pathetic. What's wrong with that?
So yeah, that is how, gal. Probably because it's just us. It's just us talking in a friendship, and that's why it's easy to talk about these things. And also, it's compartmentalization, honeys. Try it. Look it up.
Yeah, totally.
So you wanted us to start ending the podcast by taking a turn of bringing something to the table.
Yep, just a wee ending.
Yeah,
Be
just a
whatever
wee
you feel
ending.
like.
Okay, whatever I feel like.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Bye. Just kidding.
Savage. Wow.
Whatever I feel like. Actually, I went to Electric Ave. What was it, about a month ago now, which was just very out there for me. I hadn't gone to anything like that since before I had Luna. But anyway, I caught up with a mate there, Jamelia. She's such a great time, and it reminded me of a quote she told me years ago, and one that I often think of, and I often bring it up, and I often tell other people. So I'll share it with you all.
Okay.
When people are doing things in your life, and then it hurts you, and you don't understand it, and all of those things, it says more about them than it does about you. So you've just got to think about those things sometimes. When people are doing stuff, that's saying way more about them than it is about you. So just leave them to it, hun. So Mel Robbins' podcast, if you've ever followed her on social media, what do they say, Sarah?
Let them.
That's it, let them.
Yeah, and she ain't wrong.
She ain't wrong.
Honestly, though, because when I started actually actively thinking about that and being like, letting them, it's like, you know?
No, because you didn't say anything.
What says it all?
No, it didn't.
Let them.
Let them what?
Let them be them. I don't know, the freaking thing that Jamelia said.
Says more about them than it does about you.
Yeah, let them.
If you're wondering what the let them theory is, Google Mel Robbins. Let them. Basically, just let them.
Yeah, let them.
Yeah.
You do you, boo. Bit of that energy.
Bit of that energy, bit of that vibe coming in.
Gal, I'm excited because after this, we're actually going to hang out and have a deck sesh. I did not mean to say. Why did I say that so weird? I've lost it.
Fuck now.
Gal, I'm looking forward to
Don't try and redo it. I'm keeping that in. It was... You're not in control.
No.
Until you learn how to edit, you have no say over what goes in this.
Well, this week I did try to edit one little thing and I was like so proud of it. And I was like, yes, here we go. Hilarious. Yada, yada, yada. Send it to you. You're like, nah. Nah, come round. I'm sorting that out. You're not posting that.
Your captions were ugly and it didn't fit our theme.
Well, did you know that you didn't change the colour on them and they still went up anyway? I noticed the other day
Were
they're
they
a different
blue?
colour. No, they're not blue. They're purple.
That's what they always are.
No, they're a light pink.
Yeah, best friends are great until they fuck you off.
Bye.
I hope you have a great weekend, whenever you listen to this. As always, feel free to send us a message on Instagram, Bestie Boo Show. Otherwise, ka kite ano.
You said it all, gal.
Bye.
Bye.